Good day, everyone. I'm Javelin Burles. Welcome to Block 1. Today, I will going to discuss about the history, facilities, equipment, and the basic rules of table tennis.
History of table tennis. The game was invented in England in the early days of the 20th century and was originally called ping pong, a trade name. The name table tennis was adopted in 1921-22 when the Old Ping Pong Association formed in 1902 was revived. The original association had broken up about 1905. Though apparently the game continued to be played in parts of England outside London, and by the 1920s was being played in many countries. Led by the representative of Germany, Hungary, and England, the Federation International de Tennis de Table, International Table Tennis Federation, was founded in 1926, the founding members being England, Sweden, Hungary, India, Denmark, Germany, Austria, and Wales. By the mid-1990s, more than 165 national associations were members. The first World Championships were held in London in 1926, and from then until 1939, the game was dominated by players from Central Europe, the men's team event being won 9 times by Hungary. In the mid-1950s, Asia emerged as a breeding ground of champions, and from that time, the men's team event has been won by either Japan or China, as has the women's event, though to a lesser extent. North Korea also became an international force in 1980s. The first World Cup was held. The Go Yewa of China won the 12,500 USD dollar first prize. Table tennis became an Olympic sport in 1988 with singles and doubles competition for men and women. Facilities and equipment of the table tennis. Table tennis equipment is relatively simple and inexpensive. The table is rectangular, 9 feet by 5 feet, 2.7 meters by 1.5 meters. Its upper surface a level plane 30 inches, 76 centimeter above the floor. The next is 6 feet, 1 meters long, and its upper edge along the whole length is 6 inches, 15.25 centimeter above the playing surface. The ball, which is spherical and hollow, was once made of white celluloid. Since 1969, a plastic similar to celluloid has been used. The ball, which may be colored white, yellow, or orange, weighs about 0.09 ounce, 2.7 grams, and has a diameter of about 1.6 inches, 4 centimeters. The blade of racket, or bat, is usually made of wood, is flat and rigid, and may be covered with a thin layer of ordinary stippled or pimpled rubber, which may be laid over a thin layer of sponge rubber and maybe have the pimples reversed. Whatever combination is used, each of the two sides of a paddle must be different in color. The racket may be any size, weight, or shape. The serve is made from behind the end of the table, the server tossing the ball upward from the palm of the free hand and striking it at a descent so that it first bounces on the server's own court and then, passing over the net, bounces on the opponent's court. In serving, no spin may be imparted to the ball by the fingers. This was not always so. Finger spin, especially in the United States, reached a stage where the experts could produce untakeable services and the game became farcical. Finger spin was universally banned in 1937. Slow or defensive play at one time was so dominant that at the 1936 World Championships in Prague, an hour was needed to decide a single point. Play is now restricted. If a game is unfinished 15 minutes after it has begun, the rest of that game and the remaining games of the match proceed under the expedite system. Thereafter, if the service and 13 following strokes of the server are returned by the receiver, the server loses the point. The service changes after each point. Table tennis may be played with one player at each end of the table or two players at each end who may be both men or both women or one of each. Worldwide, the women's game is comparable in organization to the men's, and women take part in world championships and all other organized events. Table tennis, as well as being fully organized, is also extremely popular as a recreational game and is so played in all types of sports clubs, social clubs, and game rooms, in the home, and even out of doors when conditionally a reasonable calm. There are 13 basic rules of table tennis. 1. Games are played to 11 points. 2. Alternate serves every 2 points. Third, toss the ball straight up when serving. Fourth, the serve can land anywhere in singles. Fifth, double service must go right court to right court. 6. A serve that tows the net on the way over is a let. 7. Alternate hitting in a doubles rally. 8. Volleys are not allowed. 9. If your hit bounces back over the net by itself, it is your point. 10. Touching the ball with your paddle hand is allowed. 11. You may not touch the table with your non-paddle hand. 12. An edge ball bouncing off the horizontal table top surface is good. And last, 13. Honor system applies to disagreements.